This character should not appear in the Book of Boba Fett for the sake of the Bad Batch Season 2. Welcome back to another video of mine, or if it's your first time, just first of all, thank you, and well, welcome. And yeah, this character is the sister, technically, of Alpha, also known as Boba. So here is why Omega should not be in the Book of Boba Fett. So for starters, Omega was the main focus of the Bad Batch Season 1, and as likely as it is that Crosshair gets a much more bigger role in Season 2, it's pretty clear that Omega is also going to be crucial to the plot of the series, especially considering how Season 1 ended with the Kaminoans being taken to an Imperial cloning facility. We don't know why this has happened yet, but given that they tried to capture Omega from the moment that she left, we can guess that they still want her and want something to do with her in terms of the cloning, as she is a genetically identical or unaltered clone of Jango Fett, apart from a gender change. Now, if she does appear in the Book of Boba Fett, we are immediately going to know whether she survived the era of the Bad Batch or not. Any danger that she goes into, we know she is going to survive because she is in something that takes place later in the timeline. This completely ruins most of the Bad Batch Season 2, as we are never scared for that character because we know they are going to be completely fine. We want to go in with full mystery, not knowing if she'll get captured and tested on for years for the making of Snoke or Palpatine or something we've not seen in canon yet, maybe even being killed, as we know the Empire are happy to kill the people that they want to experiment on, as they were going to eliminate Grogu in The Mandalorian Season 1, or they were fine if it had to happen in order for his capture. So if Omega is shown surviving beyond this time, we already know that she is going to be completely fine in anything that happens in the Bad Batch Season 2. So whenever there's a fight scene or anything like that, if she gets captured or something, we know that it's all going to end up fine, which just ruins it. Now, if you agree with anything I've said so far, please do leave a like to send this video to more Star Wars fans so they can hear this as well. Thank you for that. Now, having her appear in the Book of Boba Fett will have all the fan interest in her character completely disappear. And let's be honest, there wasn't that much anyway. She clearly was not exactly loved by the fandom from Season 1, so you don't want to make it any worse by making her completely uninteresting by spoiling her story. She's also completely unnecessary to appear in the Book of Boba Fett. We haven't seen her interact with anyone featured in the series apart from Fennec herself. She's not a fighter that Boba will want on her team, and she's not exactly a crime lord that's going to try and take over Tatooine. Now, don't get me wrong, Omega should meet Boba Fett eventually, as she is the closest thing that he has to blood family. But not yet. This would be like seeing Cal Kestis in the Ahsoka series, or Din Djarin in some post-sequel era content or something like that. It spoils the fact that they survive the content that they are in that takes place before that. So any danger that they're in, we know, doesn't amount to anything, which just makes it bland because we're not excited, we're not on the edge of our seats, we're not worried at all because we know it's going to be fine. And given what I've said about the cloning stuff, rather than just if she's going to live or die, seeing Omega in content taking place after what she's yet to appear in would be twice as bad as Din Djarin or Cal Kestis showing up in something after The Mandalorian Season 3 or after Jedi Fallen Order 2. Now, after the Bad Batch Season 2, we could fully be in a place where it's okay to skip a bunch of years of her life before we see her again and then briefly explain it, like the Star Wars Rebels gang skipping the original trilogy era in the Rebels like final episode and just explaining that they just fought for the rebellion in that time. Like, that was completely fine, it made sense, and they could definitely do this with Omega. I don't know what the explanation would be, but they could definitely do it. We'll have to wait and see what the Bad Batch Season 2 is saying before we know what she's going to be doing in that time. Now, personally, I don't even think Omega is going to make it to the point in time where the Book of Boba Fett takes place anyway. I think she is going to get captured, experimented on, etc, etc. Whether it's for Palpatine or Snoke, I don't know, because that's also what Grogu's blood was being used for, as we did see the Snoke body in The Mandalorian. Maybe they went for Grogu because Omega failed. That could definitely explain it, and the experiments on her failing means that she was, like, used up, and meaning that she probably did die. So yeah. If you want to know who I actually think will show up in the Book of Boba Fett, then click this video. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.